Hi, I'm Rob Hanrahan. Welcome to the Recovery Centers of America YouTube channel. Please like and subscribe, and remember, turn on the notifications so you won't miss our latest videos. A mental health crisis with the pandemic, like you mentioned. People felt all alone. They felt
Absolutely.
isolated. They suddenly felt disconnected. And here you come along and you actually develop an amazing way to get your fans involved, but to also improve people's spirits.
Yeah, I mean, it's nice to listen. If you get up on stage as a performer, there's a lot of moments in your life where you're like, why am I doing this? You know, why? Um, but during the pandemic, it became very clear that I could be of service and I could offer something to people, and that art and music was something that people needed in these times. They couldn't go out of their houses. They couldn't be socializing. They weren't seeing their families, their friends, their coworkers. They couldn't do anything fun, and people were really hopeless. And a 1 hour performance that has this sort of communal aspect with the commenting and watch parties and all kinds of interactive things in addition to the songs that I'm playing,
Right.
and the ridiculous things I'm doing on camera. I mean, I never took my clothes off so many times on camera
I saw
in my
some of
life.
that.
I never thought that my job 2 days a week would be to strip, it, you know, as much as Facebook would allow me to do.
Right.
Um,
So back in 2010, 2011, when you guys went down to Florida and just said, let's throw a few songs
yeah.
together, you jump ahead to the beginning of the pandemic. And are you amazed at what a difference there has been in Low Cut Connie and what a difference there's been in that fan base?
Sure. I mean, when you write music, you never know what's going to happen with the song. Will anybody hear it? First of all,
Mm-hmm.
will anybody like it? Second of all, and will anybody care? Will it be, a song that resonates with people and that they come back to, and to have songs that I wrote in my 20s, that people get tattooed on them or put in their
That must be an
high
incredible
school
feeling.
yearbook, or they get married to, or they play at a funeral, or they play for their 6-month old because they're trying to expose them to good music young. I mean, that's like an incredible feeling. And so the tough cookies aspect, 10 years in, 9 years in to the band, it was just a natural progression, as a performer in the relationship.
So then let's talk about once you got this conversation going with the fan base, um, how did Low Cut Connie change, or did it at all, after you started the tough cookies and the helping people through COVID? You sort of pivoted from just being a performer to being, I don't want to say therapist or anything like that, but being someone who, a kind face and heart that's there
Yeah.
for people to tune into.
Yeah, I certainly would never describe myself as a therapist because I I have been speaking to therapists for many, many years, and there's amazing people out there who are doing real mental health work. And what I do is I make art. Art can be songs, it can be comedy, it can be dance, it can be performance art, right? That's what I
Mm-hmm.
do. Um, I think that what I tell people is I left the music business and I joined, the entertainment business in general,
Mm-hmm.
because, like you, I became a host. I started interviewing people. I started, d- you know, presenting all kinds of pre-taped segments, and we did oral histories of different bands and music that I like. I interviewed, for instance, all the members of Sly and the Family Stone and did a whole oral history of their band. I did a partnership with the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame, and we interviewed Frankie Valli and all these different people. Anything for, to just keep people engaged and
Mm-hmm.
entertained, whether it be comedic, musical, intellectual, or
You were
otherwise.
taking people out of that isolation feeling.
Yeah.
And that was critical, still is, but it was critical in that time. And I'm sure it changed your thoughts on maybe your next projects. Where are you headed?
Well, I have a new album and a film that we just made. Uh, we're sitting here right now, and it's summer of 22. By this time next year in 23, I expect that this new record called Art Dealers will be out. And we shot this amazing concert film slash documentary, also called Art Dealers, that will be out at the same time. We are touring. Listen, we're back to in-person touring.
Right.
So we're doing quite a lot of shows in the U.S. throughout the rest of the year. And then, God willing, knock on wood, next year we'll be going to Europe, hopefully Australia. Who else? We don't know. We don't know yet. I think all of us are sort of waiting to see how it's going to go. But I'm back to my day job of being on stage with a band, and
How does that feel?
It feels great. I mean, that's what I was born to do. But in the meantime, I'm continuing to do things like this, having conversations, and continuing my Tough Cookies interviews, and I'm getting all these, just thinking a little differently about what my job is.
If you enjoyed this video, please like and subscribe. Don't forget to turn on the notifications to see our latest videos. And remember, help is available 24/7 at 1-800-RECOVERY.